Hey everybody, this is Anna with Homemade Home, and I thought I would bring you along when I'm making some onion rings. I guess Farmer Meemaw was watching her video and she was doing onion rings. I was like, let me do some onion rings. Well, she did it a while back and I'm just now doing them. So, I cut up an onion and it is in some whole milk. That's what's in here. And then I'm going to add some seasonal. And if I had a little Measures Dash, I would use that. A little granulated garlic. And a little bit of Tony, like very, very little Tony, because it's very spicy. Okay. And then over here, I did the same thing in my batter. So those 3 seasonings are in here too. And if I had Measures Dash, I would put that in there too. So, I'm going to whoosh this around. And I'm going to whoosh this around. And I'm going to check my fire. Just give me a second. I'm waiting for my oil to get really hot. And I thought I'd show you what I was doing today for supper. I am making crock-pot chicken, and that is in one of the videos on my channel. And I'm making some homemade bread to go with that. I'm probably going to make some rolls and a loaf of bread out of that. This is a half a recipe. Sorry for my voice, it's kind of crackly. Kind of losing it a little, but that's okay. Look at my hands from the flour. But anyway, this is a half a recipe that I'm doing. On my channel I also have a video me showing you how I make my homemade bread. And in my video I show you how I do half the flour and I let it rise, and then I put the other half, well, you know, you let the air out and then you put the other half of flour in, and it just makes the bread so much better. I feel it makes it moister. It just so much better. So, a little helpful hint. I don't know, I'm pretty sure that I showed you that in my video. If you want to go check that out, the bread recipe that I do, it's so yummy. And then I use that for my rolls and my homemade hamburger buns. I usually half my recipe whenever I do it, so make sure you half your recipe whenever you do homemade bread and stuff, because that will make a lot of bread. That day that I was making that bread, I was making it a lot, so that's a whole recipe. And then usually on a daily basis, if I make bread, I'll half that recipe. So that's what I'm doing here. So this is whole milk, onion with seasonal, granulated garlic, and a little Tony. This is flour, seasonal, Tony, granulated garlic. So let's see, let me sprinkle a little in there, see how it's going. And it looks like it might be almost there. So I'm going to bring you back once I get it really, really hot. Okay, now that my oil is really hot, I'm going to take some of my onions. And I'm not a good cutter when it comes to onions. I try to make round ones. I got a couple round ones in here somewhere, but most of them kind of messed up. So all you do is you just you take the topping off your, the skin off of your onion, and then you cut them like this, like the whole onion like this. So, and I want it to be a little thinner than this. Like, I wanted them all to be, let me find one to show you. So, and I just couldn't get it there. I want it to be really thin and not so big. So cut them as thin as you can get. These are really thick. It was a big onion and I couldn't get it smaller. So, but you want to cut them really, really thin. Okay, and then I'm just going to flop them in my oil. In my flour. Make sure you coat them really well. Okay, make sure you coat them really, really well. And then I'm going to take my bowl over here. And I like to place one at a time in. And you see how hot that bowl is? You want it to be really, really hot. Onion rings are the easiest thing to make. Now, if you wanted a thicker coating, like most onion rings that you get in a bag are, all you would do is, after you put it in here, you want to put it back in your liquid. Like that. So I just put it back in my liquid, and then I'm going to coat them again. And that's all you do. Actually, I probably should do them like that so you can see what they look like. Okay, so you just do this, just coat it back in there. It's a little messier. Kind of get them all wet, and then you're gonna recoat them in the flour, and that's all you do. And then recoat them. And you can do this as many times as you want, depending on how much flour you want on them. And you want to make sure you get them untangled so that they flour good. Get them all good and floured. And then we're going to bring them over here and put them in our fryer. And I'll show you the difference in doing it twice. I'll bring you back once these come out, and I'll show you the difference in the two. Okay, I wanted to show you the difference. Okay, so this is the double dipped. And then this is the plain. You see it's a lot thinner. And then this is the double dip. So you can see the difference. This one has a lot more on it, and this has a lot less. Okay? So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and be blessed. Bye.